Is Frankenstein a zombie by definition?
I would say yes, because even though Frankenstein was made of parts of different people, at one point, Frankenstein was alive, and then he was dead, and then things were done to him to reanimate him. He didn't have full cognitive usage of his brain. He wasn't busting out physics equations. He wasn't driving a car. He was rationalizing things, but from a very, very childlike perspective, which would make sense if you didn't have a whole lot of brain function, because we already kind of talked about that with the zombie thing. So I would say yes, Frankenstein would count as a zombie.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I know people are going to disagree with me. So light up that comment section why you think Frankenstein is or is not a zombie. I don't think he is a zombie.
Then what the hell is it?
While he does fit the definition, he is, I think, because I'm going off the book, because I read the book and the movie.
Okay. And I think that's a very, very important, because the original film and the book are like vastly different. So
the book is essentially Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein put together, essentially. Almost, essentially, but not exactly. So basically, if you've seen both those movies, and if you haven't seen Bride of Frankenstein, I mean, that's probably one of the best sequels out there. I mean, early sequels. I mean, you look for a sequel that stands the test of times. It's a great sequel. But anyways, basically, it's a tale of Prometheus. The idea of Frankenstein was, for Mary Shelley, it was a political statement to say that if man were to cut women out of regular norms and living, that we would create monsters. So in this case, we tried to create life without a woman.
Okay.
And what we created was something evil. Now, in metaphorically, no, he's not a zombie. But I mean, I know I'm going to have a losing battle here, because he's multiple dead parts. He's put together. Technically is a zombie, because if magic can bring back a zombie, why not science? And I know you're a man of science. I ain't going to knock you here. Even on the day that Randy died, all right, James Randy.
I just want to mention that James Randy was just an incredible inspiration to so many people. He did so many things to help people understand logic and critical thinking, how to examine a claim to determine, are you accepting this claim just because you want to believe it, or you want it to be true, or someone convinced you is true, or are you accepting this claim because it is true? We have the tools, we have measurements, we have models, we have processes in which we use to determine what is and is not true in the natural world. And especially in this day and age, you have a whole bunch of garbage from tons of institutions are just making claims left and right, and people just believe them. Randy was a fighter in that, saying, no, don't just believe them. Do the work and determine if it's actually true or not. And if it's not true, then you need to examine why you're believing it's true. So I didn't ever get to meet him in real life. I came close once, fell through. It was one of my goals to meet him before he passed. Unfortunately, I won't be able to achieve that goal, but he was a very, very big inspiration for me in just understanding these types of concepts, just growing into adulthood and, just understanding how these concepts work. And I know he was important to so many other people. So very sad news, but he lived a full life, and he did so much for so many people that he deserves to be honored. So it's a sad day, but it's also a happy day, because he just did so much basically for the world, and I just can't thank him enough for what he did for me personally, as well as many, many other people that I know. So I don't want to hijack it too much. You brought it up, so we'll just
I wanted to bring it up because, like I said, what we're talking is science that could also bring back zombies. So, I mean, what is a man of science but him? So, I mean, he's a man of fact, logic, and all that. So, God, rest in power to him. Rest in power to him. But anyways, so let's go back to our comments. Ryan brought the idea. I feel like COVID would have been a great real life.
There it is.
Claire and I were scared at one point. We were scared.
You know, that's kind of the that's one of the popular story ideas for a zombie film is some type of virus, some type of infection, a bacteria, a man-made virus, what have you. Certain chemicals mixing. I believe in the Crazies, it was the plane crashed in the water and it had chemicals in it which mixed with the water, so then that caused the town to become zombies.
So do you feel like this could literally play out a little zombie-like? Remember the bath salts? Remember the bath salts?
Dude, bath salts were the closest we ever got to zombies. And if you're a fan of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or you've been wanting to get into it, they have a fantastic episode with bath salts where
the Ponderosa marriage.
Dennis's ex-wife is getting remarried, and the guy she's marrying literally lives in like an Addams Family like type family. They're all fucking weird. They're all like
incest.
It's Addams Family, and they
not Addams Family. Addams Family's different. I think really, Addams Family is a spooky family. The McBoyles are incestuous human beings, dude. And I think everybody in the comment section will back me up and say the Addams Family and the McPoyles have nothing in common.
But the best thing about it is when they inadvertently, we'll just use that phrase, when they inadvertently took bath salts and they thought that the family was zombies and coming after them. They went to the police, and the police chief is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And they're like, "They're real zombies. They're coming after us." Turns out everybody just got fucked up on bath salts. So fantastic episode. Always Sunny. Great show. But watch that episode in particular. It's a great Dennis episode too. Very much like Randy Marsh. Dennis episodes are just always a guaranteed win every time. So
they're the best. They're the best. And we got some Frankenstein regarding the Frankenstein question. So let's see what we got here. Sounds like a zombie to me. If you're dead and come back, you're a zombie. Gotta go load the shotgun. Yeah, well, look at Ryan joining.
That's true, but I'm gonna challenge Ryan.
The brain.
It doesn't matter how many. Let's say it was made from 6 people. Okay, I'm just making shit up because I don't know. I'm sure that they mention how many either in the book or when I just can't remember. But if you're made from 6 people, it's still one brain. That brain was once alive and a person, and then that brain died, and then all these parts were stitched together, and then they used science to reanimate the brain. Yeah, because I mean, anybody can throw up a Tesla coil and say science, but whatever. That's a whole other discussion.
Which is a lot more than what people do nowadays.
Yes,
so I will buy into that.
I mean, people just don't have Tesla coils chilling in their basement, although I wish I did. I want to do one of those where you get to shoot the electricity from it and use your body as a conductor. But anyways, we're getting off topic.
You're right, the brain.
So the brain was once a person and alive, and then it died. And then it was reanimated with science. So therefore, by that definition, Frankenstein would be a zombie.
There you go. And also to answer something in the comment section as well,